So then the intern shows up and he's like, you gotta see this. Come with me. You gotta see this. This is the craziest thing that could ever happen. Hey, folks, listeners, watchers out there at home. Have you ever heard of twins? Welcome to You Potted Dude,
a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen rewatch podcast.
I'm Sequoia Simone.
And I'm Olivia Vessel.
And this podcast today, this specific episode, is about one of my favorite Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, The Challenge.
This is the very first thing that we've watched for this podcast that I definitely 100% have not seen even a second of.
Wow.
Until watching it for this podcast.
Incredible.
So it was really, really exciting for me, especially because I'm a massive fan of Survivor.
Okay,
I have seen every single season of Survivor since it started.
Like 47.
We're on 50 now, thanks.
Sorry. I think I was really close. For a person who's never seen Survivor, I think I was really close. Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Give me that. Okay, so before we get into this movie.
Yeah.
We have to do what we always do, which is to shed all modern day items and transport ourselves back in time, actually using the power of our mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need everyone to watch Somewhere in Time.
We are somewhere in timing ourselves, and we are through the power of our imaginations. We are actually literally transforming ourselves and putting ourselves back into the year of
2003. That's where the sound effect goes.
This was a sound effect that we add later.
So, 2003. What are we wearing in 2003?
Are we still doing flared jeans at this point?
Okay, yeah. So here's the thing about 2003, folks. Okay. It's all about the glitter, baby. Oh, glitter, baby. I'm talking about rhinestones.
Yes.
I'm talking about putting rhinestones everywhere. Where does a rhinestone go? Everywhere. Single part of your body, but especially your butt.
Do you think it's accurate to say that this was the era of camouflage but hot pink? Like pink and blue camouflage?
Okay,
yeah, great.
Yeah. Because we're talking about juicy couture tracksuits, bedazzled ass.
The tracksuits. Those are kind of coming back.
No, those are full coming back.
I haven't seen any bedazzled asses yet, but I would not be surprised.
But like the sort of like velvety velour tracksuit experience.
Velour tracksuit. Yeah. And now I want us to have matching velour tracksuits.
That'll be our live show.
Yeah, real live show. I was going to say for like bonus episodes, and it says bonus on our ass.
What else are we wearing? We're wearing baby tees, tube tops.
We're wearing
tube tops. We've got a mini shoulder bag.
Oh, of course.
And we have a skinny, tiny little scarf for aesthetic purposes.
Mm-hmm.
That scarf, it's doing nothing. It's not keeping you warm.
No.
You're wearing it with a tube top.
Oh, my gosh.
And a tiny mini purse. Okay, what are we listening to while we're wearing these clothes? What are we listening to? I think it's really important to note that in 2003, the iTunes Music Store launches... creating the 99-cent single song buying power.
Wow.
That destroyed the album.
This is the end of the album.
This is the end of the album. The album is coming back.
Sure.
We're doing the album again now, but like at the time, this was the end of the album.
Yeah.
The number 1 Billboard hit.
Oh my God.
Olivia, I want you to guess.
I can't even. Okay.
What's the funniest thing this could be based on things that you've said on this podcast in the past?
Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
We're gonna party like it's your birthday.
That or in the club with my homies, trying to get a little beer, give it down on the low key. But I know that was 2004. So it wouldn't have also been charting in 2003.
No, you got it immediately.
Oh,
it was into Club 50 Cent. It was into Club 50 Cent.
And just for the record, when you were talking about, I thought it was into Club because the first lyrics of that song are into Club with my homies.
Oh.
I said it was called into Club because my brain went into Club with my homies. And I just wanted to defend myself a little bit, okay?
And honestly, I'm sorry, and that feels fair, and I'm sorry.
I didn't think of that defense until like a week later, okay? But that is my defense. All right.
I also want to say another really important thing that happened this year was number 4 on the Billboard charts is the lead single off of Beyonce's first solo album.
Whoa.
Crazy in Love.
She's doing it.
Yeah.
She's going solo.
She's going solo.
I wonder if that'll work out for her.
Yeah. I wonder if she'll do well.
I wonder how the other children of Destiny will handle that shift
I wonder
from Beyonce.
whose destiny it actually was. We're going out to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching one of my personal favorites, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
The third one was already out by then?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That feels bizarre to me.
It won Best Picture 2004.
Whoa.
Yeah. However, I think it's very important to note that in the top 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
That feels more right.
Really feels like it had such an impact on the culture.
It really did. That's why we were wearing all the puka shell necklaces.
Right.
It was
really big impact on the culture.
We were all pirates. That was probably the scarf too. Honestly.
Right. From Jack Sparrow and all of his little scarves.
I think so. And I'm sorry, but I was doing really thick eyeliner. I think we were all just trying to be Captain Jack. And that aged great. We have no...
And that aged really well. And
we all just loved Johnny Depp a lot.
And we don't need to delve any further into that. And that's fine. Let's not forget Freaky Friday came out that year.
Oh, incredible.
The first episode of The Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
I was just going to ask you, okay, you talked about the small shoulder bag.
Yeah.
And my immediate thought was, pretty soon dogs are going to start getting stuffed into those little bags.
Yeah.
Where are Paris and Nicole?
Paris and Nicole are on it. Paris and Nicole are beginning.
Wow.
Yeah. When I think about this year, I think about Paris and Nicole. Like that is, they're the ones that jump to the front of my mind as like culture.
Yeah. I wasn't even watching that show.
No, I've never seen an episode of that show in my life.
But I knew Paris and Nicole and I knew what they were up to.
Right. They
were influencing me.
Culture.
Wow. They are culture.
I'd also like to say mainly because last episode we talked about how the first episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out the same year as You're Invited to Mary Kate and Ashley's Christmas Party.
Yeah.
This year in 2003, the last episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out.
Whoa. That's okay. What an empire that Mary Kate and Ashley created that they predated and also post-dated Buffy.
Yeah.
Because Buffy had an insane cultural impact.
Yes.
But in terms of cultural impact, nothing beats our girls.
Right. And we're always saying that.
Yeah. No one had a bigger cultural impact than our girls.
No one. Not one person. Speaking of celebrities with cultural impact.
Yeah.
Here's some pop culture stuff that happened. At the VMAs, Madonna, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera kissed. The kiss. The famous
my God.
kiss. Never forget.
Wow. What a major year for pop culture moments.
This was the year of Bennifer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The drama.
And that also aged really well, and nothing has happened over the last couple of years with that
with either of
in
them.
any way, shape, or form. That you don't need to think about it.
2003.
Yeah. Okay, what else happened? Roy of Siegfried and Roy is attacked by one of their tigers.
No.
Mm-hmm.
A lot was going on.
A lot's going on in 2003.
Wow.
And then I have a bridge.
Okay.
That will take us from celebrity news to politics.
Okay. Ooh, amazing. Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is elected governor of California.
Oh.
The governator is
born. I think that's very interesting considering the roles that Mary-Kate and Ashley play in this film. It's giving Governator. It's like very California meets DC, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it?
It is. It is. And you know what we're going to say about this movie forever? It's giving Governator.
It's giving Governator.
What's happening with Mary-Kate and Ashley? They do a cameo in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. I don't know if you remember that.
I do not remember that. We're going to have to add that to our list of bonus episodes where we just rewatch Charlie's Angels Full Throttle just for their cameo.
Just for the cameo.
I am not remembering that.
So here's another thing that's happening. They turned 17 in 2003. People are being weird.
Is this when the countdown starts?
Yeah. People are being weird about them about to be legal. It's really uncool. I'm sure that it had a very negative effect on them as people, and we should acknowledge that.
Ew.
It's important to say that at this moment in Mary-Kate and Ashley's life, they're experiencing a lot of scrutiny from randos and the press and whomever.
Yeah.
About becoming women.
Yeah. Which also, I think, has a lot to say about the end of this movie.
Yes.
That's the way that they said goodbye is like through bringing all their boyfriends back. But yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oi, oi, oi.
Okay. Well, before we do the movie, let's do two things.
Okay.
The first thing is we're gonna point out that I am wearing a Survivor style buff, and I will continue to adjust it throughout the episode. So this is from when some of my friends had a Survivor style thing that we did.
That's all you want to say about that?
Yeah.
That's all you want to say about that?
We can't get into it because then we'd have to go into deep lore.
We'll get some deep lore later. Just give them a quick footnotes.
Me and a bunch of my Quidditch referee friends who get a house together every year for U.S. Quidditch Nationals have a big decathlon where we compete against each other in games. And the year I got this from, it was Survivor themed.
So we're not going to dive into that right now. I'm going to ask no follow-up questions. You collect your thoughts, collect your questions, send them on in.
Send them on in.
We will address it later.
I'll address it.
What we just got there was Quidditch referee annual decathlon. Okay. So you just sit on those questions and let us know what they are, and we'll address them at a later date because there's plenty of lore that we could be diving into.
Got a lot of lore. And today we are drinking
Pina colada, baby.
Gotta be pina coladas. What else could it possibly be?
We're on the beach. We're on the beach. Yeah. It's perfect. It's really good too.
They are really good.
Really delicious. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, we can start talking about this movie now. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Okay, so we start out this movie in sort of like a flash forward.
They drop us right into the middle of the end.
To the middle of the end. One of the twins is trying to traverse a ladder that is suspended over a cliff. And the other twin is like, you can do it. You can do it.
So intense.
Which is so and then we get some voiceover, which I think is really fun because we never get it again.
It's really cute.
This scene is happening, and then one of the twins says, okay, we don't look like your typical action heroes.
So good.
Well, it all started a few months back.
I typically don't like it in movies when it's like addressing the fact that we're watching a movie.
Sure.
That it's just like, bet you're wondering why we're in this crazy position. Don't worry, we'll tell you now. And then it's like, roll the tapes, right. You know? It's like a bit on the nose to me.
Sure.
But we haven't seen that in another Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, and so I loved it.
I like this convention if it reoccurs.
Sure.
If it's going to be narrated narrate it.
Yeah.
If it's not going to be narrated,
then why are we narrating it?
Narrate it.
Okay, but this brings up a really good point, which is that initially when I first heard the voiceover, I was cool with it because I knew that it was going to be like Survivor based. So I assumed that the narration that we were hearing was part of like a direct to camera confessional talking head as part of the reality TV show.
Sure.
But that's not what it was at all. So actually I'm taking back the opinion that I just stated.
You gave him a lot of credit. You gave him a lot of credit.
I just played it that way in my brain because that's how I would have done it. But no, you're right. It was bad. It didn't make any sense. It should have recurred and it didn't. And because they could have easily done that and they didn't.
So we are introduced to The Challenge. This is a television show. They're competing for college scholarships.
Which is cute. On Survivor, they're competing for $1 million.
Yeah.
And there's only one winner.
Yeah.
But it's the whole team wins.
The whole team wins. So the show is sort of selling itself to be very intense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like endurance, knowledge. They're testing limits. They're facing fears. They're surviving on instinct, which immediately makes you think this is going to be a really intense show. Like they're going to man versus wild them.
Yeah. I was expecting Survivor level challenges.
And explain to us who may not be Survivor people what a Survivor level challenge is.
Happily. First of all, these people are dropped onto an island without food. Okay. They are literally fending for themselves on an island, which means they are literally wasting away. And then they have these challenges that are really physically wild. You don't know this? You're the face you're making.
No, I don't know any. As I have explained, I've never seen an episode of Survivor.
I'm gonna start at season 1 and I'm gonna make you watch all 50 seasons.
This sounds stressful.
It's incredibly stressful. And like, okay, listen, I could go off on a whole thing, so I'll try to keep it tight here. But the thing is, Survivor has been on for so long because it is genuinely a beautiful show. I laugh. I cry, Sequoia. They take people from all different walks of life and then force them to be in a tribe together. People have gotten married after that show. There's beautiful discussions about race and class and I mean, it is like a beautiful view of like how humanity functions at like a very small niche level out in the wild. It's a beautiful show.
And so far, I think The Challenge and Survivor are basically the same show then. So we get some exposition at Challenge HQ, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We meet Max, who is the host, but also seemingly a producer of some kind.
Yeah, it seems like he's answering to no one except the ratings.
Yeah, he seems to be like the director, the producer.
The only one in charge of anything.
The only one in charge.
Also the only crew member? Okay, fine.
No, don't. There's Joe.
There's 2 other crew members and an intern.
There's 2 other crew members. Sorry. There's an unnamed woman and a guy named Joe. And so we learn that ratings are down.
Yeah.
They need to save the show. This could be their last season if they don't get the ratings up for the challenge. These are the stakes.
Yeah.
Of the villains.
Yeah.
Max does like to end his phone calls with ciao ciao. Which I could not. I was already like, oh, this is the villain.
Yeah.
Ciao ciao. You don't have to say ciao twice. Say it once.
Or never.
Ciao. Or never. Or don't say ciao, just say bye. Max gets off this phone call and he's like, we're cooked, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately has no good ideas. He doesn't have an idea. He doesn't have a thought. He's just like, well, guess we're going to get canceled because there's no way to save this season, which we have not cast or started filming yet. And I've decided that I am going to have 0 ideas or thoughts.
I mean, Jeff Probst would never.
And Jeff Probst would never.
We love Jeff Probst. We love Jeff Probst.
Respect Jeff Probst.
And respect his legacy. I want a shirt that says that. I need a shirt that says that.
So then the intern shows up.
Marcus.
He shows up and he's like, you gotta see this. Come with me. You gotta see this. This is the craziest thing that could ever happen. Hey, folks, listeners, watchers out there at home. Have you ever heard of twins?
I don't think Max or Marcus have.
I don't think they've ever, especially Max. Max has definitely never heard of twins.
And we haven't met these characters yet, but I also don't think Anthony or Justin had ever heard of twins either.
A lot of people on this movie had not heard of twins before. You gotta come see this. It's the craziest thing. Come with me. Look at these tapes.
So good.
So Marcus, the intern, shows Max and this other unnamed female producer that never speaks the audition tapes for two people, Shane and Elizabeth Dalton.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shane is from LA. She's very like boho.
She's into yoga and meditation. She's a vegetarian.
She loves
save the planet.
Nature.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Lizzie is from DC. She's very type A. She's standing in front of a green screened White House for some reason.
She's like, I'm from DC. See, I'll prove it.
I'll prove it.
See, I'm here right now.
I know the President of the United States personally.
Ignore the light hint of green that is shining everywhere around me.
Max has never heard of twins. He thinks that they're a split personality.
Oh, what is this? Split personality or something? Marcus is like, no, there's just two girls and they look similar. Calm down.
Those are twins. Not identical. Those are fraternal twins.
That's right.
So the audition tapes clearly are like, here are all the reasons why I would be good at being on this show and why I want to be on this show.
Yeah.
Right? Like in an audition tape, you're like maybe telling a little bit of your life story, you know.
Right.
There's like other things involved. But Marcus, the intern, somehow seems to know that their parents are divorced and that they hate each other. So it stands to reason that these girls on their audition tapes were like, I'd love to be on the challenge.
And also I hate my sister.
Also my sister sucks so bad.
Yeah. How does he know that they hate each other? I was imagining that there must have also been like more of the audition tape that we didn't see. But you're right. He knows way more than he should.
They might be like, oh, you know, as part of my tragic backstory, my parents are divorced or something. Because like, you know, to be on reality television, you have to have some kind of tragic backstory.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, maybe he knows that the parents are divorced, but there's no way for him to know that they hate each other unless for some reason during their application process, one or both of them decided that it was pertinent information to say that they hate their sister a lot.
I mean, Sequoia, you kind of broke the whole movie. That's kind of the whole movie. He wouldn't know that.
Why would he know that?
He would not know that. Yeah. They would not have discussed it in their application.
I would be a great participant on the challenge because I have a 4.0 GPA. I want to go to Georgetown, and my sister is a granola, nature-loving vegetarian who I hate with every fiber of my being.
Hi, I would be a great contestant on the challenge because I just like love being in nature, and I love how all the competitions are like in nature, and like I really think that my yoga skills will come in handy, and I also hate my sister. She lives in DC, and she's the opposite of me in every way. Cast me.
Cast me, please. I know the president. Anyway, so now that we've broken the movie, let's keep going.
Dang.
So the idea is, let's bring them on together. Let's not tell them that the other one is coming on and we're going to create drama and it's going to help with the ratings because these are sisters and they're twins and they hate each other.
Which is funny because I think in 2003, reality TV shows were starting to become much more the norm. And I think this was a conversation in society for the first time in a major way, discussing the ethics. Like, well, it's reality, I guess.
Right.
But we all know that the producers are like egging them on or like creating more conflict in some way for good television.
Yeah. There's definitely a bent towards reality TV is bad. In this movie, for sure. But we're also not given a lot of villains.
No.
You know, it's like it's just this one guy.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, maybe I'm an evil Hollywood exec, but it is a great idea. And that would make excellent television. Sorry.
Yeah. And Marcus isn't wrong.
He's not wrong. Sorry.
And he's just an intern.
But don't worry, that's a great idea. And you're going to get promoted to intern.
Head intern.
He's like, I'm the only intern.
But now he's the head intern.
Which is also so frustrating because it just is wild to me that as the intern, it's your job to decide who gets cast. Sorry, no, that's the casting director.
But we must remind ourselves that 4 total people work on this show.
Correct. Correct.
It's an intern, a camera guy, a woman who never speaks,
and then the host slash producer slash director slash executives slash probably CFO, CEO,
CMO.
Oh, he's doing it all.
So then they get to set. We're gonna film. Here we go. We've got our idea. We're gonna film.
Mm-hmm.
They are at a resort hotel in Cabo. So all the contestants are there. They're all like sort of meeting, getting to know each other. Shane is there. Lizzie is not there yet because she is lost.
This was so interesting to me because if you were producing a show and you specifically cast those 2 girls because you wanted there to be a crazy conflict where they didn't know they were both going to be on the show and then they're like suddenly reunited when they hate each other, you would plan that reunion to be happening on camera in the way that you want it to happen.
What they should have done is sequestered every person.
Yeah.
And then introduced them one by one.
Yeah.
And then had like one of the twins be first and one of the twins be last.
Yeah. And then they have like almost like a Love is Blind kind of like reveal.
Yeah.
Where they're like, meet your last teammate. And then, you know, and then like the curtain gets pulled and it's like, what are you doing here? Like that would have been so much more dramatic.
Exactly. But instead, Lizzie is trying to talk to this Mexican cab driver who doesn't speak English, who probably does speak English, but is like in on the thing with the producers and is like driving her through the desert in the middle of nowhere. And she's like, I've never been late to anything. The only thing I was ever late to was being born. And that's because my sister wrapped the umbilical cord around my neck.
So who knows? Maybe it did naturally end up in their audition tapes because they just can't stop talking about
it. That's why they don't have any friends.
Yeah.
So they have their first campfire council. Again, the structure of the show is nebulous.
And I will tell you that the only reason they did their campfire council is because that was a ripoff of Survivor's tribal council that they do. And in Survivor, like fire is life. And so I was like, cute, the like campfire council. But then it like didn't really come back and like nothing happens there. And it's not really a council. It's just like, it's just fire is nothing.
It's just like a recap.
And I even did like a crappy little fire thing on our light bright because I thought that fire was going to be more of a thing. And it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
So their first campfire council is the distribution of teams.
Right.
There are 2 teams, Team Aztec and Team Mayan. We are not going to get into. We are not the authorities on cultural appropriation. Therefore, we will not be diving deeply into it.
I am, though, going to take a second to defend Survivor because when they name their teams, when Survivor names their teams, it's cultural appreciation.
Anyway, there are 2 teams.
Aztecs, Mayans.
There are Aztecs and the Mayans. We do have a meet cute here at this campfire council.
Adam and Shane. They're feeling each other.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what headspace I was in, and maybe it's because I know how Survivor works. But when Shane and Adam started talking, I immediately was like, I don't trust him. I don't like Adam. He's going to be the secret bad guy.
She's trying to make alliances too early.
Yes. I was like, don't get into an alliance with him. Don't get into an alliance. And then when he was on the other team, I was like, he's going to be evil. He's going to be evil. He's going to like tank this. I was like, don't trust him. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. But that's
you coming from Survivor brain.
Yeah. not Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen
movie brain. That's the meet cute, and of course that's it, and that's the couple,
Yeah.
and that's and you're rooting for
I
it.
will say though, in my defense, the second we saw Marcus, I immediately was like, I want Marcus to be a love interest. And I totally predicted the whole thing that I was like, I know what his arc's going to be, and I want him to be a love interest, even though he shouldn't be a love interest because that's a man who's working on the show. And that would be really inappropriate for him to be fraternizing with one of the contestants. So I hope that doesn't happen, even though I totally hope that's what happens. So,
good call.
Thank you.
Excellent call.
Thank you.
He's also got Mary-Kate and Ashley leading man face.
He does. He does.
So
he does. Yeah.
There's that. Shane and Adam have their little meet cute, and they're introducing themselves, and she's like, I'm Shane, and he's like, Shane, that's a funky name. I like it.
And I like it.
And I like it. I was like, oh, this dude does not have lines. And I like it. And I like it. I'm like, good. You know what? Good for you, man. That's not a line even a little bit.
Oh, it's good.
So there are these two teams. There's going to be 7 challenges, which means there are 7 totems for them to collect.
Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be the immunity idol.
Yes.
For the other people who watch Survivor, they're the immunity idols. I'll lay off the Survivor stuff real soon. I really stopped caring about this. No, I will. It seems like something I would latch on to and really not let go of. But once we get into like the meat and bones of the movie, I really stopped caring about the Survivor stuff.
Because it's not Survivor.
It's not at all.
They have 2 total rules for this show. 2. Curfew's 10 p.m. No romantic entanglements.
That curfew thing never really came back, did
Curfew
it?
never came into play.
Why'd they
Not
even...
once did that come into play.
Why'd they even say that?
I don't know why they even felt the need to say that, but apparently they did. Curfew, 10 p.m., no romantic entanglements. And of course, Shane and Adam make a little like,
they're like,
oh. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. And the punishment for it is disqualification, but not from the whole show, just from the next challenge.
Did they say that in the beginning? Because I thought full disqualification.
No, they say it in the beginning.
Okay.
But the way he says it, the tone
disqualified from the next challenge.
Exactly. It's like that.
Yeah. Because I missed that.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, and even I missed it. I was like, oh, they're gonna get disqualified from the whole. Oh, wait, no, it's just that. Well,
just the next. I was like, that's really low stakes.
Yeah, the stakes are nothing.
Not a good rule. Why even have that built into the? Okay, whatever.
Right.
Fine.
So the opposing team, Team Aztec, is made up of Kelly, the Terminator Terman.
Again, I had a bad first impression and I was obsessed with her at first. I was like, oh, she's going to be a badass. And when like Adam turns on these girls and ruins their lives, Kelly's going to be there to like be a good girlfriend to them. Boy, was I wrong.
Boy, were you wrong.
I had a really bad read on both Adam and Kelly.
Read.
Yeah.
Kelly is framed to be the competitive one.
Mm-hmm. She's a shark. Gotta watch out for her.
Janice Josephine, who is JJ. Call her JJ.
Oh, JJ.
She's a spicy Latina.
And they gave her no personality.
0 personality.
Except for the fact that she like wants to be a singer, actor, star.
She's a triple threat.
And did not know what show she was applying for. She thought she was applying to something else. And she has no purpose in the plot whatsoever.
Yeah.
They could have not had that character. She could have been anyone else.
Yeah.
She had no purpose.
Nope. Charles P. Benjamin.
Initial impression, he was my favorite. And I was like, I'm in love with him. I love Charles.
And he is the most annoying person you've ever met that wants to be a therapist.
It was also a bad read. I'll admit it. All I knew about him was his little interview where he goes, I'm really good at reading people and I want to share that with the world as a psychoanalyst. And I was like, I love you.
Yeah.
I love my therapist-y people. And
Me
I was
too.
like, Charles is going to be my guy.
And then no. And then the last person on the Aztec team is Adam. Obviously, Adam Booth, he's Abercrombie. They just call him Abercrombie as like a descriptor. And then it started to click to me because like when they introduce him, when they're like having their little meet cute, I was like, really, that one? And then it reminded me when they said Abercrombie, I was like, oh, no, he does look like
he does.
That, like, all-American Abercrombie model guy from that era.
Totally. He also, I thought, was giving Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen boyfriend face. What did you call it? Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen love interest in a movie face.
Yeah. He is giving that face.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the 4 people who are on Team Aztec.
Mm-hmm.
Team Mayan is Anthony Rigoletti. Anthony Rigatoni. He's your stereotypical macho Italian guy. The stereotyping of this man and everything about this man.
Of all the characters was
crazy.
This was the one first impression that I absolutely nailed. Because I was like, oh, I know exactly who these writers wanted Anthony Rigoletti to be. And he's Anthony Rigatoni. And I just knew he's going to be from Brooklyn. And he's going to talk about his mom's cooking a lot. And I just knew it. And I was like, I really hope I'm wrong about everyone. And it turns out I was wrong about everyone except very right about Anthony.
Except for poor Anthony.
Poor Anthony.
Then we have Justin Tyler, who is a smart surfer skater. I think they couldn't decide if he was a skater or a surfer, or maybe he was both of them.
So this to me was the writers trying to not stereotype people too much.
Okay.
Where they were gonna do just like surfer dude.
Right.
But then they were like, but wait.
Yeah.
Let's make the surfer dude a genius. That would be so funny.
He's so smart though. Wouldn't it be so funny if he like said really silly things, but then like also he was like basically an astrophysicist or whatever the fuck?
Everyone else gets to be just their stereotype. Yeah. But he's a surfer dude who, hang on a second, is a genius.
He's a genius though.
Yeah.
Anyway, Team Mayan is really shaping up to be a great team. So then, of course, our final 2 members are Shane and Lizzie Dalton. So they've doled out the teams without Lizzie. And then Lizzie shows up dragging a huge suitcase with her going, I'm here. Straight onto camera like this. And they do a,
what are you doing here?
Lizzie, what are you doing here? And then they both go, I quit. You can't quit. I quit.
You only said that you would quit so that I would, so that then you would, and then I would be the one left here. And then this is my favorite. Then Charles goes, reverse psychology. And then he had no other lines. I was like, oh, he is a psychoanalyst. This is going to be his entire personality. Oh, reverse psychology. Got it.
So they fight, but then eventually they're like, we're both going to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Max is thrilled. He's like, this is ratings gold. I love it. Great. Keep up the good work. So we've gotten to the inciting incident. These 2 girls they've met each other on the show. They've tried to quit. They're not quitting. They're both going to be on the show.
And now we can see their faces side by side.
And it's time to play
Which Twin? Okay, I teased in our last episode that I am fairly certain that I can tell these girls apart. And in that very first second in the movie, when we see a split screen, I paused it and I said, I know which one is which. I thought that Shane was Mary-Kate and that Lizzie was Ashley. And then as I get to know who those characters are, I was like, oh, and this is also very much in line with all the other casting that they've been doing for these girls, that Ashley, if I'm right, is always seeming to play the type A character, and that Mary-Kate is always cast as the like more carefree character. So I am saying Ashley, Lizzie, type A, always. Mary-Kate, carefree, Shane. What is the answer? I'm terrified.
I'm double checking.
I'm terrified because I'm like 1,000% certain about this. So if I'm wrong, this is going to be a big loss for me.
Ashley plays Lizzie. Mary-Kate plays Shane.
I think I can tell them apart. I think it happened. I didn't think it was going to happen until we'd watched all the movies, but I think I got it.
I'm really proud of you.
Now, did you know which twin was playing which twin?
No.
Do you want me to tell you the tell?
I don't want you to tell me the tell.
Okay, good. Okay,
I don't want you to tell me.
I want you to come up with your own, because
I'm
going
to
think
figure it out eventually.
Can get to know them on your own.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it eventually.
Yeah, I think you got it.
So we go to the bungalow. Everybody stays together at this place, the bungalow.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, the girls have to room together because we're trying to create tension and drama.
Of course.
And they both call their respective parent that they live with in their respective city that they live in.
Yeah.
And their parents are like, yeah, we knew. Which, like, logistically, I'm not sure what's happening here. The producers decided somehow to tell the girls you got on the show, but didn't tell them that the sister got on the show.
But, like, they did tell their parents?
But they must have had to tell because they're minors.
Yeah.
So they must have had to tell their parents that they got in. Their parents must have had to sign forms.
Yeah.
Their parents are friendly with each other.
Yeah, we find out later that the parents, like, are really great co-parents, that they're still really like each other and friends.
Yeah. So they must have called each other and been like, Lizzie got onto the show. And then we're like, oh, Shane got onto the show. Oh, we didn't know that. And then the parents must have also separately colluded to not tell the girls that they got on the show together.
Yeah. So, like, they were not that mad at their parents, though. They were just like, you knew? Oh, well. Yeah. Which is interesting for how mad they get at Marcus later. Yeah. And how mad they are at the whole situation.
And the show and everything.
Because they are not that mad at their parents.
No.
But also on the parent note, so far of all the things we've watched, this is the first movie that they do have two parents. However, each individual girl for the last 4 years has only had access to one of the parents.
And they seemingly don't spend holidays together. They don't visit each other. They don't talk to each other.
No.
So for all intents and purposes,
each only has one parent.
Each only has one parent.
Yeah. Yeah. They were like, we'll give them two parents this time, but still only access to one.
They technically have two parents.
Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting.
So there's cameras everywhere. And they're told that there's cameras everywhere. But there are there. Yeah.
Because again, they have two crew members other than the host.
Yeah. The girls do their confessionals where they complain about each other and they're like, I can't believe my sister's here. I hate her so much.
We're just opposite in every way. We have nothing in common.
Exactly. Except that we look the same. The girls argue over which one's going to get the bed closer to the window. And
Shane's like, I need closer to the window because I need the fresh air. Hello, I'm a nature girly. Don't you get that yet?
Have I said that I like nature?
It's my whole personality. It's all I'm going to talk about.
Nature is good. This is where we get a little bit more into the fact that they haven't seen each other in years. And the only way for them to not have seen each other in years is if they've done it on purpose. You know,
yeah.
And that their parents have also said, that's fine.
Yeah, like, don't you think the mom would want to see her other kid and the dad would want to see his other kid?
And then he'd be like, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
We're going to DC and we're going to go see your sister.
Especially because later someone says something like, oh, every time dad calls, you don't answer, or like you don't want to talk to him. But I'm like, who else is dad talking to then? Like, if dad is calling you and you're not answering, is he just talking to mom then?
Yeah.
Do they have other siblings? No.
No. They just the parents talk to each other and the girls don't talk to each other.
I guess just
or the
dad
other parent
calls to catch up with mom.
Yeah.
And then the sister's like, no, I don't want to talk to him. Bizarre.
It's wild.
Bizarre.
It's wild. Then Lizzie's like, there's a spider in here. It's a tarantula.
It's a giant spider.
I wouldn't go with spider. That's not the word. That's not the operative word I would use. I wouldn't say spider. I would say there's a tarantula in here.
It was big enough that I'm sorry I took Shane's side. And she was like, don't kill it. That's a living creature. I was like, honestly, it's giant. I wouldn't want to kill it either because of its size, but mostly because when it's that big, you can feel the squish and the crunch. Do you know what I mean? And I can't do that.
And it just,
I can't do that.
But I wouldn't have also just left it in the room.
No, that's when you get a cute little cup and you bring it outside and you release it nicely into the wild.
Or you get a broom.
Sure.
And you just sweep it out the door.
Scoop it along where you need it to go.
Yeah. And then you shut the door and then you're done.
Yeah.
With the spider.
And then you close the window.
And yeah. And then it doesn't matter who's closer to the window, honestly. Because that's where the spiders come from.
Yeah.
So they're arguing. They're arguing about their lives and the bed and the spider. And meanwhile, the window's open. And the opposing team in Aztec, is outside by the pool. And they're like, these two are going to win us the whole thing by arguing with each other the whole time and not winning.
Kelly loves it. She's like,
she loves
there's our scholarship.
She's like, hear that, folks? Those are our scholarships.
Wild. And she's not wrong. I mean, I would be excited to hear that too if I was on the opposing team.
She's not wrong. So the first night before competition starts, everybody goes out together for this like big dinner.
And hang on, because you skipped a little bit of a step here, which is that Marcus is at the bungalow with them. Marcus is at the bungalow and he's the liaison.
Yeah, he's like
he's the something
liaison or something.
And I was like, whoa. He's the head intern. There is no world in which this production company is sending any intern to location in a different country and then allowing that person to have access to the talent on the show. That is a producer's role.
Yeah.
And there would be like a liaison for every single contestant.
Yes.
And they would not be hanging out. And then when they go to this party, he would not be hanging out with them, and he would not be dancing with one of the contestants. But anyway,
don't worry about it. Only 4 people work on this show, so it just,
they clearly don't
is
care.
what it is.
They clearly don't care. And then we do find out later that Max clearly wants Marcus to be talking to the contestants to get dirt on them.
Yes.
So they can figure out like their fears, a way to use the things against them for television ratings. So then I was like, okay, now I get it.
That's why he's there.
That's why Marcus is there and allowed to be so friendly and cozy with the contestants.
Right, because he's been asked to.
Right. So, okay, fine. So
they go out to this dinner. This is when we learn that JJ thinks she's in a singing competition.
They're like, have you even seen this show? And she's like, huh? Yeah, of course I've seen it. We all like sing and dance, and then they crown a winner, right?
Yeah. And they're like, oh, no, girl.
I'm so sorry, babe. That's not going to happen.
Adam? He orders rice and beans.
Oh my God, that's what Shane ordered.
And that's what Shane ordered too. And they're like, oh, wow. Are you a vegetarian? Oh my God, I'm a vegetarian too. Love.
Wow.
That's what love is. 2 vegetarians meeting each other.
I think it's time for me to do my favorite act out of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen meeting a boy that they're in love with. She's like, oh, did you order the rice and beans too? I'm like, I guess you're a vegetarian. And then they just breathe on each other.
That's exactly how it went.
And you don't need to watch the movie.
How it went. You don't need to watch the movie. He wants to be a writer.
Wow, that's really cool.
He seems to think a writer and a journalist are 2 different things. Which was another one of my
She's
fun
like,
things.
So are you a writer? And he's like, no, a journalist.
You're like, okay, whatever, man.
At this party, when Marcus is like chatting it up with Lizzie, I got really annoyed because the first thing that he says to her is, I'm really good at reading people. And I was like, Marcus, that's Charles's thing. That's all we've heard Charles say yet is, I'm really good at reading
Charles's thing.
Come on,
only
get your own thing,
people
Marcus.
Can have a thing.
I was like, how is it that we're 15 minutes into this movie and 2 characters have been like, I'm really good at reading people?
As we learned in High School Musical, stick to the stuff you know. Marcus wants to be a film director. That's why he's there, because he's going to film school. He needs to pay for film school somehow. So the best paying gig he could get apparently was to be an intern on this show. Wild.
But I think they needed to tell us that early.
Yes.
Because otherwise, which is what I was thinking, was like, he's an adult working on this show. This is inappropriate fraternization that's happening.
Sure.
So they had to be like, no. He's also in college, probably just like 1 or 2 years older than these girls. Sure. Appropriate age difference.
Sure. We gotta make sure we get that in there. He's
just here to make money for college. It's fine.
He's basically the same as them.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. He's basically the same. And he does lie to Lizzie. Lizzie's like, ugh, I can't wait to get my hands on whoever came up with the idea for me and my sister.
The weasel who came up with this.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's like, "Huh, yeah, I mean, I guess they probably just, like, wanted conflict, that's probably
That's
all they
what
were looking
TV
for."
is, that's reality TV for you.
And she's
Hee
like,
hee
"Yeah,
hee.
but you're not like them, I can tell." And he's like, "Yep,
Yep, that's me, not
that's
like
not like them
them.
at all.
For sure, that's me. Don't worry about it.
Let's dance."
Yeah. So everybody's dancing together. They're whatever, they're having a great time. But now we must begin the challenge. So we've got day 1 of the challenge. Very low key day 1 of the challenge.
I was like, "Oh, I'm actually gonna hate this because it's, like, really poorly satirizing Survivor and making Survivor seem like a dumber show than it is." But I got over that feeling. It's okay. I really love Survivor. I'm sorry. Hey, you asked me what the challenges are like on Survivor, and I did not answer that question.
You didn't answer that question.
Answered
You said it's a beautiful show. It's a microcosm of humanity. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry. But you did not say really anything about the challenges.
Okay, the challenges. Okay. Talk about decathlon. They're intense. It really, really, really genuinely tests people's endurance. There's lots of puzzles. And again, they haven't been eating. So it's really intense. It's really, really very intense.
I would not describe the challenge as intense.
No, it was like a few trivia questions.
Yeah. Challenge number 1 is called Don't Spill the Beans.
And guess what? If you lose, you get
beans spilled on you. And again, we are not here to address the cultural misappropriations.
It's like they've been in Mexico for less than 24 hours, and we've already talked about beans so many times. And it's just like, okay, guys. Okay.
Like, okay, guys, come on.
Right.
Pull it together. The girls fight over things like, what's the capital of Switzerland? They're both wrong.
I loved that they were both wrong. I thought that was so good.
Yep. They cannot stop arguing about whether Macy's or Bloomie's is the biggest department store. It's Macy's.
It's Macy's.
And to say that it's Bloomie's is nuts.
Wait, which one thought it was Macy's? Was that
Lizzie?
That
was Lizzie.
So Lizzie would have been right.
Lizzie was right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Shane thought it was Bloomie's. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Come on.
So because the girls can't stop arguing about everything, Team Mayan does lose this Don't Spill the Beans challenge, and the beans are spilt upon them.
Wait, and then at this point, I out loud to myself, alone in my room, went, at least it's vegetarian. And then Ashley as Lizzie turns and goes, well, at least it's vegetarian. And I went, ooh, if I wasn't sure before which twin was which twin, now I'm definitely sure because I am so Ashley.
Right.
I am so Ashley. Oh, whoops.
Well, at least it's vegetarian. So that was the first challenge.
And interesting here that the other team is starting to be a little bit annoyed with Kelly because at one point she just like shouts an answer without consulting with her team. And they're like, hey, you didn't even consult with us. And she's like, well, I got it right, didn't I? And they're like, yeah. But interesting. So I'm like, oh, they've dropped a little seed that we get to watch bloom.
Exactly.
Which is everyone hates Kelly.
And for good reason.
And at that point I went, I might have been wrong about Kelly. Oops.
So the second challenge is the labyrinth. This is, I think, the dumbest one.
Yeah, really dumb.
They're like, here's the labyrinth. You have to find your way to the middle of the labyrinth and secure the totem. But you'll be wearing flippers. And the labyrinth, it's a 3D sort of sculpture of a bunch of sticks tied together.
You can see through it.
You can see the totem in the middle.
So I'm imagining it'd be really easy to like find your way through the labyrinth. Yeah. And also, why does it have to be so tall? In Survivor, they have things like that, but it's because you have to like climb through different levels. Like it is a 3-dimensional but there was no 3-dimensionality to it.
You sort of had to like, climb through little spaces and stuff. But it was really dumb. And of course, the girls can't stop arguing about which way the team should go, so they do lose this challenge also.
But also, like, it's not like Justin and Anthony are trying that hard. Like, neither of them are stepping up and trying to, like, help the girls make a decision or anything.
Like, one of them could be taking control of the team and being like, we are going this way.
Yeah. Like, if I was on a team with 2 girls that kept fighting, I would be like, those are both really great, excellent input. We're going with this one. We're making the decision because you guys clearly can't. Sorry. Yeah. But so they lose that one too, which was to be expected.
So now Team Aztec has 2 totems, Team Mayan 0 at the end of day 1. Now here's when we introduce another part of the challenge, which is that at the end of the day, whichever team has more totems gets a reward, and the team that doesn't gets a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So the reward for Team Aztec is that they get to go have a big party where JJ is seemingly singing and dancing.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
And Team Mayan has to camp on the beach.
On Survivor. When a team wins a challenge, they get a reward that's going to help them survive. So like the first one famously is Flint, so they can more easily make fire. Because fire is life. Mm-hmm. And then the punishment for the other team is like, sorry, you don't get Flint yet. You're not going to be able to make fire. Hope it doesn't rain. Like, good luck staying warm.
Yeah.
Or like the reward would be like fishing gear. Like things that like help them. Or like a tarp for when it's raining so they can have a better shelter.
Right. But these guys are staying in a bungalow.
Yeah, because they're not trying to survive. They're not just being challenged.
They're just being challenged. And are they being challenged?
Barely.
Barely. You know who's being challenged though? Lizzie.
Poor little Lizzie who can't figure out how to pitch her tent. And this is the point.
That's my favorite line.
Yeah.
She's like, just because I'm from the city doesn't mean I don't know how to put up a tent. But she says it so she says it so bad.
She's so mad. And then
put up a tent.
She can't put up the tent.
And she doesn't put up the tent.
But then this is where I got really annoyed at Justin and Anthony, because I get it. Like Shane is laughing at her sister for not knowing how to like go camping. And she's like really uncomfortable outdoors. But then her other teammates, I was like, do you guys not want the scholarship money? Like, what are you doing? Go be a good teammate and go help a girl
put
out.
Up the tent. Because she's not going to let Shane do it.
No.
Out of pride.
No.
But like if one of you two goes over and just starts putting up her tent, then she'll probably let you help her put up the tent.
Because they clearly put theirs up successfully. And they were all just like laughing at her.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the Ashley in me, but I was like, guys, what the heck? We're supposed to be teammates here. Help a girl out.
Exactly. Also, though, it's really easy to put up a tent, and that is
also
pretty funny.
Sure.
Putting up a tent is really easy, my guy. So we're back at HQ with the producers, with the 4 people who work on the show. And this is when we find out that Marcus has been hanging out with everybody because he's spying. So Max is like, hey, Marcus, what did you find out that we can use to spice up the show? And Marcus is clearly like uncomfortable with the situation. Would he be uncomfortable with the situation if he didn't already have this huge crush on Lizzie?
Clearly not, because it was his whole idea to have this conflict in the first place.
So I think that his altruism is a little bit based on romance and not really on not wanting to do the thing.
It's like not his moral compass at all. It's just he's got a cute little crush now.
Exactly. And he doesn't want to do anything
that's a really
bad.
Good point. And then he also does tell Max
and
everything.
Then he does, Max is like, well, your career depends on me or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he says that Shane is afraid of heights and Lizzie is afraid of snakes.
And at this point I was like, Marcus, did you not talk to any of the other contestants? Like, what are they scared of? What are their biggest fears?
Why didn't you figure out what Kelly is afraid of?
Yeah.
Or what Kelly doesn't want to do?
Why aren't we going to make JJ like sing off key or something? Or like, why are we not going to make her like do some kind of a dance contest or something?
We don't need to figure out ways to challenge JJ.
Yeah, she's challenged enough. Yeah, she's on the wrong show.
Yeah, she was on the wrong show entirely. So, but like you couldn't even figure out anything especially Kelly, who's like obviously the villain of the
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
And people love
Definitely.
to see the villain of the show have hardships.
Totally. But
So,
no.
but he didn't talk to anybody else because he's the worst.
Max probably only told him to go find out stuff about the girls because their whole thing for this season to get their ratings up is like putting these girls against each other.
Probably.
Ugh.
Probably. So Lizzie's tent does end up in the ocean, as does she personally. And it is funny.
This is going to be her arc of like learning to love nature, but you're really making her hate nature a lot.
You're
first.
Really going in on nature on
with
this one.
the spider and then waking up in the water. Not great.
Exactly. So we have more confessionals and the girls complain about each other more, which makes sense. And then the next morning, Team Aztec is being extra. I'm going to say they're being extra. And it's Kelly's fault. Kelly is like a drill instructor. They're doing jumping jacks and like push-ups and shit.
I was really laughing at that because if you think that like physical fitness is going to help you in these challenges, that's something you would have had to be doing like for months leading up to this. And like doing some jumping jacks today isn't going to make you stronger. It's actually just going to wear you out for the challenge later.
Yeah.
Like it's doing the opposite thing.
Not only that, but the challenges thus far,
they've not been
anecdotally, like you have no evidence to say that the challenges are ever going to be physical based on what you've experienced so far.
Yeah, you're like just wearing yourself out. But I liked the like team unity of it. I was like, oh, this team is like in it to win it. They're taking this very seriously. Yeah.
And Shane is guiding the Mayan team through yoga, which is also team building.
Physically, it's going to be as unnecessary as doing the jumping jacks, I think, at this point. Like, except I think the team building aspects of it are going to be a lot more helpful.
Right.
The like mindfulness, the like camaraderie, the peacefulness of like finding that energy together as a team.
With the energy that they already have as a team.
Totally.
And so Lizzie is like, why are we doing this? She shows up with coffees for everyone. She's like, why are we doing yoga? Why isn't everybody reading the worst possible situations handbook?
Which is so funny. Worst possible situation handbook. That's so funny.
Book I'd love to read.
Worst possible situation handbook.
Give that to me. So they're arguing, as they do, about how the team should be preparing for the next challenge.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not necessarily that Lizzie is against yoga or that Shane is against reading this handbook. They're like, no, that's not going to be helpful right now.
Yeah, they're disagreeing the method to be ready for the next challenge.
In the limited time that they have.
And finally, Anthony and Justin are like, you two have to chill out. And what I mean when I say that Justin says that they have to chill out, I'll tell you what he actually says.
Oh, I love this.
Yo, you chicks are on one gnarly path. You gonna get banana blasted, bongo slipping in some chud before you see the light? Should I do it again?
Please do it again.
Yo, you chicks are on.
Do it again, and I want you to turn up the surfer dude.
Turn it up. Okay.
Go hard into the surfer dude, and then at the end, can you say it like you are in a PhD program, just for like the last like few, the last tag?
Okay, yeah. Yo, you chicks are on one gnarly path. You're gonna get banana blasted, bongo slipping in some chud before you see the light.
That's Justin. Wow, I saw him. He was here. That's so good.
That really gets to the girls.
That really works
it
somehow.
Works so then we have another confessional, and the girls say that this time they are going to try and get along. They're going to go for it. And from now on, they're going to work as a team. And I think this is where we're going to break.
I think it's a great stopping point for this part one of this rewatch.
Exactly. We've gotten to the point where the girls have decided it's time for us to get along so that we can try and win these scholarships.
Incredible.
Well, next time on You Potted Dude, we'll be covering what we didn't cover today of the challenge. So if you haven't watched the challenge, you really should. You've got 2 weeks to do it.
We have a link in the description as well. A cute little secret link where
where you
might
may or
find
may
a lot of little movies there.
movie. Check it out.
Sequoia, if people just like really love this podcast and they're like, wow, that bandana is working on Sequoia, I'd love to see and hear more of what she has to say. Where else can they find you?
Yikes. Yikes on the bandana, you guys. You can find me on my other podcast, Professional Talkers, or you can find the back catalogs of my 2 other podcasts, But Make It Scary and Fanatical Fiction, where to find them. Or you can just follow me over on Instagram at Sequoia Simone, where I don't post.
And you can find me at Via Vessel on Instagram and TikTok, or at The Cheese Show on YouTube. I have a show with my husband where we eat a lot of cheese with comedians, and it's a lot of silly fun.
And remember, respect the girls
and respect their legacy. We'll see you next time. I'm going to go get more pina colada.
Me too.
From the very moment their stories begun, we got 2 child stars for the price of 1. They're our favorite sisters and they shared a womb. Now we're talking